Hello everyone! Welcome back to another excellent, amazing, stupendous, incredible unboxing with me, Mark, and Sarah behind the camera. And we are here. We just got back from Dice Tower East, and we got several games in the exhibit hall itself. And these are them, and we wanted to unbox them for you. Now, they're all open already because we had to do some stuff to get them home, and we also wanted to try them out while we were there. So this is more of a show and tell than an actual unboxing, but hey, that's okay. That happens sometimes when we get stuff at half-price books too. So first we got Panda Panda.
Now we picked up several games from the All Play booth.
Yeah, we got 6 games from the All Play booth.
From the All Play
One
booth.
more from not the All Play booth. We played all of the tiny games so that we could see which of them we wanted. And Panda Panda was one of them. We got 5 of the small games, and then 1 of the not small games. And so this right here is Panda Panda. It is a set collection game, a very fast, small set collection game with a shiny G.
There it is.
And there you go. It has a deck of 10 A's, 7 B's, etc. down to 1 G, and you have to make these sets. And that is basically the game.
It's very fun.
Yeah, you're drawing a card or discarding a card on your turn. The first person to make the set wins that particular round. So that is that one. Then we have Rainbow. And again, we played a demo of each of these. And Rainbow is the one out of these that I expected to really not like. It is just a deck that has a whole bunch, an equal amount of 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s. That's the entire deck. And there's no suit or anything. And this is a card shedding game where the cards that you play are the scoring cards for the next round. And it's very, very good. There's a lot of depth to it.
There really is. And something that looks like a cute little kid's game.
Yeah.
There is some
you could play it
level thinking.
Yes, you could definitely play it with kids. But there is, as Sarah just said, there's some adult level thinking right there. Okay, so that is Rainbow. And then we got this game called Vivo. And this is a trick-taking game that has an interesting twist. Again, we've already played this with 3 players. So as you can see, 3 of the suits are all shuffled in, and the 4th suit is not.
Oh, right.
Along with the quartet. But it's an interesting twist.
So it plays up to 4 players.
It plays up to 4, yeah. 2 to 4, there's, I think, a variant for... No, excuse me, it is only 3 to 4. 3 to 4 players. And you just pull out 1 suit for 3 players. And it plays just as well. I think it plays a little better at 4. So it's an interesting take on a trick-taking game where if this round's card is solo, you must follow suit. And if you can't, then you broke that phrase in the song. If it's trio, though, there must be 3 different suits. And anybody that plays a 4th suit has broken the harmony and doesn't score. And then only the highest rank and lowest rank will actually score for that round.
Right, so
Very
in a 3-player game, there's 1 person that's not going to get any points that round.
And in a 4-player game, 2 people will not get any points.
Right.
So that is Vivo.
We played this with 3 and 4.
Yeah.
So far, and I enjoyed
both were very good.
Both of them.
I enjoyed 4 better, but only marginally.
Yeah.
So then we have Slambo. Now you may have seen us unbox a game called Sumo, which was a trick-taking sumo game that ended up being not really all that great for what it was.
Right, it was a very fair game. And, you know, like you have fair, good, that kind of thing. It was fair.
It was fair.
We really like sumo, so we wanted to get the game. Which is why we checked this out.
So we checked this out because obviously Slambo, it's a sumo theme. And you can play this with up to 4, which is interesting. But
because sumo is only a one-on-one sport.
But it is the base game is one-on-one. So there is this deck of cards that has plus or minus 1 through 8. And I'm showing those upside down.
Oh, that's right.
Plus or minus 1 through 8, or maybe 1 through 6. In any case, and the starting card is a 5. And so you deal these cards out in a 2-player game, and one player will play this card, -4. And so that brings the total to 1. Now you'll notice this starting card says 0 to 10. That is the values that you must stay between. So you must end your turn on a 0 through 10.
So if you play a card that gets you to 11, or you play a card that gets you at -1,
yes.
you have lost.
Yes.
Okay.
So starting at 5, -4 is a 1. So then the next person plays a 7. That makes it 8. So you would announce 8. So the idea is to get the opposing person to not have any more cards that they can legally play and force them to say, when you're at 8, play a 3. That makes 11.
You fell out.
You fell out. You were knocked out of the ring.
This is how you lost.
Yes.
These are actually Japanese terms for this particular way of winning. So it's actually not how you lost. It's how you won.
This is the winning move in sumo.
Yeah, shitanage and let's see if I can say this one.
Tsukidashi.
Tsukidashi.
And so being sumo fans, this really fills that way better than the other game did.
I definitely felt the theme more in this version of the sumo trick-taking game.
Mm-hmm. We have yet to play it more than 2.
I don't know that I'm interested in that, but
I'm not sure either. It might be a decent game at 3 or 4. It will not follow the theme very well at 3 or 4, though.
Right, so I will probably continue to play that 2-player.
Yeah, we'll see. Last of the small ones, we have Soda Jerk. And you will notice down here, it says designed by Chris Yee, who is in the Dice Tower, and we know him fairly well, and we got him to sign our copy.
Drink responsibly.
Yep.
Which is perfect for a game about drinking soda.
Yep. And he is definitely more than one mushroom, if you know what I mean.
What?
Chris Yee is a fungi.
Oh!
I'm sure he would appreciate that joke.
That's so bad.
And this one, we actually hadn't unwrapped the cards. We opened it so that we could get him to sign it.
We learned this game at Dice Tower East.
From him himself.
From Chris himself.
He taught it to us himself, which was actually very funny because so he designed this and then he handed it off to All Play to develop and produce. And as he was teaching this to us, so you have 5 different suits in the, this is for a 2-player version, in each of the 5 different taps. So kiwi, blueberries, etc. And so he handed this off to All Play to develop, and you know, they don't necessarily check back with the designer to see if the designer likes the changes or whatever. And so we were playing this with him, and we point out this rule, oh, on the first turn, each player must place at a different tap. And he goes, that's new. He hadn't heard that they had changed that rule or added that rule to it. And so he had to look it up in the instructions, and I just thought that was very funny.
It was really funny.
That when you, as a designer, when you hand off your game to a developer and a producer, they kind of can do whatever they want.
They might change a couple things.
They might change something. I see why they would change that, knowing the way this game works. This was very fun, by the way.
Yeah, so
very
how do you play
fun
this game?
Right, I didn't say that. So every turn, you will place a card either face up or face down at a tap. And at the end of the round, any of the cards that match the tap will make cards, corresponding cards in your hand worth the multiple of that. So this right here would cause, since we have an opposing 1, it will cancel out this 1 and make it so that kiwi in your hand are worth 2. So if I had this 2 kiwi in my hand, that would be 2 times 2, 4 points.
Nice.
And there's some more small rules to it, but that is the way this game works. And
it was really fun.
It is very fun. It's a very fun game. Chris did a great job designing this, and we really enjoyed it, and I recommend it.
Yes.
All right, so that was Soda Jerk. Now on to the larger game that we got from All Play. It was very fun trying out all these games at All Play.
It was.
This is another card shedding game where you're trying to be the first one, or at least the closest to the first one, out of cards in the round, often confused with trick-taking, but not trick-taking, where you have to follow the number of cards or the number of the cards played previously and try and get rid of your cards fastest.
But what is unique about this game?
But the unique thing about this game, first of all, it has really cool tokens here.
We bought these upgrade tokens.
Yeah, we bought the upgrade.
That
These
they were also selling at the All Play
nice
booth.
Chips and wooden tokens for the score track.
Yeah.
But the unique thing about this is it kind of goes along the lines of some of those new games out there that are card crafting. They don't call this a card crafting game, but it essentially is.
Right, so Canvas has this element and Mystic Veil has this element where you're crafting a card by adding other cards inside of it.
And so these cards, you'll notice they are 1 through 10, but you'll notice that they have a number on the bottom, along with some of them have symbols. And so at the start of each round, everybody will take one card and flip it around. So now it is what that card was on the bottom.
And that is the night side.
Yeah. And it will be treated as such for the rest of the game. In addition to that, you can spend these tokens.
This is your campsite, I think.
Yes, 1, 2, or 3 of them, depending on where the corresponding card is under. And you can then take this and add it to one of the cards in your hand as you play it. Now, first of all, the art lines up and it makes that
That's really cool.
thing, it makes that card look cooler.
I'm trying to get it on camera without the glare. It's really hard. There we go.
That help?
Yeah.
So it makes the art cooler, the art lines up and everything, and it gives this card a special power for the rest of the game.
Oh, I didn't see that one. That's a nice one.
Right? This refreshes 2 of your campfires so you can spend them on a future thing.
Yeah, that's really nice. That's a good card.
It is very fun, especially with the card crafting. It makes it a little bit of a task to put this game away because you have to pull all the cards out and flip around the ones that you flipped during the game.
That's true. We did clean up though, and it didn't take that long.
Yeah, it didn't take all that long. In addition to that, every player has 2 claim cards, or I don't remember exactly what they call them, but you can put this into a card, and if it is dealt to anyone else for the remainder of the game, they are forced to give it to you.
Yeah, it has a border.
Yes, it has a border in your player color.
In your player color.
Which means that you get one of your powerful cards back, but you now have 1 more card that you have to get rid of during the game in order to go out first, and they have 1 less card.
Oh.
So it's kind of a self-balancing.
I hadn't thought of that when we were playing.
Yeah, self-balancing, really interesting decision to make. Anyway, this was a heck of a lot of fun to play, and so we picked this up as well. All right, so that was Ruins. Very fun. Excited to play that some more. And then we went over to the Devere.
Yes.
I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly, booth. And Sarah really enjoyed this game all aboard.
I thought that our best friends, younger kids, would really like this game.
Yeah, and it has kind of a Noah's Ark vibe, even though the theme and the way the gameplay doesn't follow that through at all. But it looks kind of like a Noah's Ark.
It's about animals trying to get on a boat, and you don't want it to sink.
Yeah.
And so you have certain numbers on the animals
now
for their
have
weight.
Rule books in all different languages, and we will not need any of those.
Well, that's really nice for people who don't speak English.
Right. Well, and it is nice that this game, along with a lot of their other games, it appeared that a lot of their other games were language independent.
Which is really nice.
Which is very nice. So, these cards all have little animals on them.
They're
of
very
varying
cute.
weights and varying victory points. Then there are boats in the game, and they have various amounts of weight that they can hold.
I think each boat could take 3 animals. Something like that.
And so you'll be playing these animals on these boats, trying to get them to sail which they will as soon as they have the third animal on them. So this element is actually very similar to Mission Red Planet, where a rocket will launch when it has enough people on it.
Oh, you're right.
And so this does something similar. However, if the weight is too high, so here we have one that has exactly the correct amount. So if this one goes on there, that's still just fine. And in fact, if this one even goes on there, that's still just fine.
Oh, you're right, -2.
And this right here would be great because that is a total of 8. But if somebody comes along and plays that on there, or is forced to play that on there, then this now is way too heavy for this boat. This ship sinks, and all of these points are lost. So that is the main mechanism in here. And Sarah really liked it, and so we picked it up. And now that I think about that, now that I'm rethinking about how that gameplay went, I'm actually kind of excited to try this again.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun with the kids, and it'll be fun to try it out again. And it really is a cute little game. I like the boats and the artwork on the animals.
And everybody has their own set of cards.
You have your own deck with its own color. And so if your animal is one of the ones that sinks, then that's an easy way for you to tell because you have your color on it.
Right. And each of these decks is exactly the same.
Yep.
So that was all aboard. In addition to that, we also picked up in the Exhibitor Hall some meeples.
We did. We had fun.
So there you go, Totoro. And then obviously this is the Dice Tower's version of Iron Man.
Yes.
And then the mouse and the cheese was just so cute.
It's very cute.
We had to get it.
So, meeples.
Yep. And then we picked up some promos at the Dice Tower booth. So this right here is for Honey Buzz.
That is so cute.
Yes,
if you watched our other video where we just did a quick haul,
this is a large order. It's got one of Tom's hats here.
And his tie.
And his tie and the bear eating the honey. And it appears that this just requires 3 honey that are different.
Yeah, I think that's a good card.
I really like that card too. So that is a promo. Then we got the Dice Tower promo for Path of Civilization, which is just really cool.
It is. I really like it. It looks awesome.
And it's an extra, whatever these cards are called in the game. I don't remember.
I don't remember either. We'd have to look that up.
Yeah.
But yes.
It's extra one of those kind of cards that will just go right into the game and add more. Then for Chronicles of Crime, we picked up this promo.
This was in a set.
Tom, Z, and Sam, and it just adds them as people that can be characters in one of the crimes. I love it. And so any one of these, just like all of the other people in the game, any one of these can be, like Tom could be the murderer, and Z could be the person that got murdered, and Sam could be a witness, or just somebody that's an expert on something that you interview, or mix all those up. He could be the murderer, etc.
Right.
And so that just adds them as characters, and it's just fun.
I like it.
Yep. Then we got some promos for Dinosaur Island. These are 3 new specialists. And it is Sam and Z, Tom and Eric.
Hooligans. I just love how it starts out with hooligans. Our place last.
And Mandy and Suzanne.
That's awesome.
So they'll be a fun addition.
Yeah.
And then for just one, these are just 5 more cards with more words that can be added in. And these are just fun words. They're very fun. Dice Tower related.
Yeah, they are. I see convention, and we've done the cruise, we've done East, and we've done West. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know, nothing right there. That looks interesting.
Nothing would be really interesting to try out.
Nothing would be interesting to try out. Hat. Yeah, these are all things that can describe the Dice Tower, and I think that's fun.
So these promos will be added into the games that we already own here, and that's going to just add to more excitement and enjoyment. So thank you again for joining us for another exciting, tremendous, amazing unboxing. with me, Mark, and Sarah behind the camera.
Hello.
And we will see you next time. Have fun playing games. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.